All right, man. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakwakwadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. In this lesson, I'm basically going to being prepared for Jacob's trouble. Um, Having the scriptures already inside of you, but outside of the scriptures, having knowledge of your environment and have knowledge, excuse me, and having knowledge of the world around you. Let me get a scripture real quick. This is Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. When you fear the Lord takes care of you. Because when you fear the Lord, you do what the Lord requires of you. And when you do what the Lord requires of you, you're going to be set up and put in place to be taken care of when everybody else is being demolished. Let me read this again. Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. So we know that Jacob's trouble is coming. It's coming. You can see these different news articles, and it's like a snowball effect. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The world can't see it, but it's coming. We have to be prepared for it with wisdom, okay, as the Bible, and knowledge as knowing your surroundings, man. Knowing the plants around you, knowing the animals around you, knowing the people around you, knowing the weather that you live around, things of that nature, because that's how you survive. We eat plants, we eat animals, we prepare and we dress for the weather, and people are more dangerous than the weather and the plants, man. So you have to know what's around you. And you have to be prepared, and you have to know that it's coming, just like somebody that's know when it's raining. So have your environment set up so that it benefits you when the lights go out. Excuse me. Second Maccabees 5 and 27. But Judas Maccabeus, with 9 others, or thereabout, withdrew himself into the wilderness and lived in the mountains after the manner of beasts with his company, who fed on herbs continually, lest they should be partakers of the pollution. So they had the knowledge required to survive in the mountains, man, to survive in the wilderness. Salakia. They knew how to clean the water. Well, back then, I'm pretty sure you could just drink it straight out the stream. But in our time and in our day, and we have the time, even right here, right now, you go out and you get the knowledge, okay, to purify water when the lights go out. Purchase you some of those things. But outside of you purchasing those things off Amazon that purifies the water, put your mind in worst case scenario and have everything that you need to know inside of your brain. All right. It says, withdrew himself into the wilderness and lived in the mountains after the manner of beasts. After the manner of beasts. So they was living in the woods like the animals, living in nature, man. Okay. And they survived. While they was in the wilderness. You know the rest of the story. And you have to understand this as well. Satan is planning. Esau is planning. So what should you be doing? Let me get a precept real quick. 2 Corinthians 2. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. His devices are pre-planned. So you should have your environment around you pre-planned. Okay? And understand, Satan has a backup plan for his other backup plan. So should you. Your first plan is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Your last plan is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Everything in between that should be backups to the others. Okay? The Lord is going to act, he's going to take care of us. But he needs you to take a step toward helping yourself. These scriptures are not here for nothing, man. Let me get another precept real quick. I'm going to go into Second Esdras And it's talking about the times that we're coming into, man. Watch this. This is 2nd Ezra 15 to 58. Nope, I'm going to start at 57. Thy children shall die of hunger. Now, this is talking about in Jacob's trouble. And thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down. And that's why we have to leave the cities, because they're going to be broken down. No power, no, I was about to say electricity. Power is electricity. But no power, no running water, no gasoline, no stores, no nothing. Just a whole bunch of hungry, proud Americans with guns. And all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. Now, the field is talking about going into the wilderness. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Now, the reason that these people, first and foremost, the reason that these people are going to die when they do get to the wilderness, these are people that don't have the spirit and don't know the Lord, and heathens that understands and sees what's going on in the cities, and they flee into the wilderness. They're going to die. First and foremost, because it's their judgment, and it plays out like this, though. They're surrounded by food, but they don't have the knowledge to identify it. They're surrounded by animals. They don't have the knowledge and the tools to capture it or kill it and cook it. You realize, man, especially down here in Louisiana, down south, period, you're going to have people dying and laying on the ground in the wilderness. And the actual herbs that they laying and dying on are edible. Man, the Lord is something else, man. I'm telling you, he's something else. And when he says scriptures like "seek me early," it's not just talking about spiritually, because once you seek him early and you understand what's going on spiritually, then you start doing what you have to do in the natural. And it's not hoarding. You're not hoarding up goods. You're not hoarding up services. You're hoarding up information that'll never leave you unless you lead the Lord. Okay? So keep that in mind. You're different, so be different. Because I'm telling you, man, it's about time, bro. It's about time. Now, the scriptures say they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. Now, when it's talking about eating their own flesh, it's talking about they're going to eat their own children. They're going to eat their own wives and husbands. Okay. Let me get another scripture. I said this too. Know who's around you. Let me get a precept for that. This is 1 John 4 and 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because many false prophets are going out into the world. Now, you have to know where your neighbor's mentality at. That's why you have to talk to them every now and then. You got to be friends with them. You have to know how the local law enforcement around your area works and responds to emergency situations. Even something as simple as the animals that's on your street. Because some of them are going to get out, or they vicious, things of that nature. You should have non-lethal means of self-defense in the early days. Mace, little knives and shit like that. Because people are not going to be your only op. You're going to have wild animals running the streets. You're going to have people coming up to you trying to get food and water that you don't want to hurt, but you got to get out my face. And you're gonna have to neutralize them, man. And you ain't got to kill them, but you prepare for these things. And when I says know who around you, know what you can utilize your neighbors for. Put a time limit on them. Analyze everything around you. The same way that the government does these risk assessments. How long will the people last without food, water, and raiment, and power and things of that nature? You do that with your environment. How long can we stay here before it's time to shoot out? And you know, the earlier the better. How long are my neighbors going to be my neighbors before they flip out and things of that nature? And everybody different. Everybody's different. Can I trust my neighbor? You know, things of that nature. And if I can, how long can I trust them for? Can I use my neighbor? Okay. Information is the thing that's going to get us out of here. Information is the thing that got us to the point that we at right here, right now. The truth, following the scriptures, that's information. That's knowledge. But we turn it into wisdom when we start doing it and living it, and when we incorporate it into our beings, you know. So be prepared. You can. It's a few things that you can purchase off Amazon that's cheap, but have everything inside your head. Know how to identify the herbs. Know how to hunt. Know how to fish. Know how to hunt without a gun. Know how to fish without a hook. Okay. And on top of that, have faith. And if you don't know these things, ask the Lord to teach you. He'll have a brother come talk to you. He'll have different things coming down your news feed, your YouTube feed. He'll put you in situations where you're like, man, I just prayed about this, man. Look what I just ran into. And that knowledge, once you get it, it's not going to leave out. Because when he teaches you, it sticks. Because he teaches you with experiences. People teach you with words. He teaches you with experiences. So ask him, bro. Matter of fact, let me get a precept on that. It's your daddy, man. Ask him. You don't want to be out here asking people for nothing, man. You want to be out here. You don't want to be out here asking people for food and water. You want to be out here getting your own. And that's why the scripture says how valuable a man is going to be, man. Let me see. I forgot what I was about to get, but I know what scripture I was about to pull. So as soon as I see it, it's going to make sense. I said, ask him, huh? Yeah. Okay. This is First James 1 and 4. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Because, you know, the Lord is going to give us everything that we need. We're not going to be in want like everybody else. The scripture tell us that. Verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. So understand that he will give you what you asking for. Don't ask him for no $1 million. $1 million is not going to do nothing for you in that day. You'll have a whole lot of paper to burn to keep the fire going. You ask him for knowledge. You ask him for wisdom. You ask him to let that knowledge and that wisdom be your two legs, man. And let it stabilize you and keep you up. Okay? Keep you running, keep you faithful, man. All right? And with that, man, I hope this was edifying to somebody, all right? I'm going to close out right here. And I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakwak. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. Until next time. Shalom.